AEW Redemption was this past weekend, and I have a lot to say leading up to All In. Welcome back, everybody, to Screw Script. I'm your host, as always, Maverick. Thanks for joining me. This is partially my new setup. There are a few things missing, so bear with me. There will be stuff on the wall behind me. But let's get right into this video. We had Redemption last night. We had Redemption this past Sunday. It was nice to see it start an hour early. Although it was, I think, one of the longest, if not the longest, pay-per-view for AEW. And with an array of hits, this one, not so much. It was good, but not great. Not AEW standards, anyway. I think it had 9 matches on the card, and I want to say about half of them felt like pay-per-view quality matches, at least in my opinion. Let's talk about the good things. We open up with a fantastic ladder match, and Mike Bailey, the hometown Canada native guy, won that ladder match, and he's got a shot at the International Championship, which he actually put on record to face Kyle Fletcher at Grand Slam Mexico, which is live Wednesday, August 5th for the International Championship. I got a prediction for you guys on that. He's going to lose. I think Kevin Knight's going to cost him that match, considering he is now a part of the Don Callis family. And then those two are going to feud at All In. And I think that is where Speedball wins his first singles gold. He will beat Kevin Knight for the TNT Championship because it all seems but likely that Kevin Knight is going to stay at the top of the AEW men's division in the world title picture. And speaking of another highlight, Kyle Fletcher retaining against Bandito. It was match of the night, for my opinion. It was one of the best matches of the year. It instantly went to my match of the year list, which will be part of the Maverick medals. That'll be in February, right after 2026 ends. Andrade also won the national championship. And then you saw both women's titles change hands. And then the main event was really good with Kenny Omega beating Kevin Knight. Even though we saw it coming, it had us guessing, and that there was so much other stuff that happened at Redemption that kind of shocked everybody that the main event didn't need to shock people anymore. And I think that's what they were going for. However, I think the rest of the card was more so misses. I don't think that the Cage and Cope match was all that great. It was fine. The Young Bucks match was also a tag team match that was decent. It was better than the Cage and Cope tag team match. Chris Jericho, Painmaker, it was fine, but I think it went a little too long. And then I think the stinker of the card, I hate to say it because I was so excited for this feud to start, but that double chain match, I mean, we saw Jay White almost get injured as fast as he came back with that spot that David Finlay hit him with and just grazed. You know, he missed having a broken neck by probably near a centimeter. It was awful to look at and really just a stinker on the card. But overall, I'm going to give this a 4.5 out of 6 cans of whip ass. For those of you who are new here, that's my rating system. 1 being bad, 6 out of 6 being a perfect pack. It's sitting there at 4.5 for me, which is below the average of 5 out of 6 for AEW shows. Like I said, they put on lights out shows typically, and this one just really wasn't as good as their previous shows. However, this begs the question, and you saw in the thumbnail, the title as well of this video, is All In Wembley this year going to top last year's? Is it going to deliver? And so let's lead into that now. We have 3 matches announced. 3 fucking slappers is what I'm going to say. Cage and Cope versus the Bucks. I feel like this is where you debut the New Day. I feel like the Bucks are going to win. Cage and Cope's run can't last too much longer. Those guys are just very old. I love them to death, but they know that their time is coming, and I feel like this is where you do it. This is where you pass the mantle, so to speak. One of the greatest tag teams of all time, passing it on to one of the greatest tag teams of all time currently. Then you got Willow and Monet. Not sure what to think about that yet. I feel like this may be Willow just being a transitional champ, unfortunately, because I feel like she deserves to hold on to it for a while. But it really, at least in my gut, feels like Mercedes is going to win this. And then you got Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay. And honestly, after Redemption, I don't know what's going to happen. Because we saw Will Ospreay, and he doesn't seem like he's going to side with the Death Riders anymore. I don't know about you guys, but they got into, a back and forth argument there. It cost them that tag team match earlier in the night. And so I really wonder, now that Kenny Omega got past Kevin Knight, and Kenny Omega looks like the cleaner Omega from New Japan, the way that he was just carrying himself in that match, we may not see Will Ospreay win. I have a friend that's been guessing that he thinks that Moxley is going to cost him his title shot, and again, after what happened at Redemption, it's likely to happen. Let me know down below if you think something like that may happen, or if you do still think that Ospreay is going to end up beating Omega, but I am honestly uncertain about that, and I think that's great heading into All In London. It's the marquee match of the night. It's the top of the card match, and it's going to be what should be, on paper anyway, one of the greatest pro wrestling matches of all time. Some other AEW news. Kairi recently tagged Barry Bloom, who is actually a representative for a lot of AEW talent, and so the fact that she is now working with him as the agent for Kairi all but likely shows that she's going to show up in AEW. I really thought it was going to be Redemption, but I was dead wrong. Could be at All In. Maybe we just get a double debut like we got at All Out 2021 with Adam Cole and Danielson. That'd be great. Let me know down below when you see Kairi showing up in AEW, because I really feel like she's going to. A big congrats to Willow from Redemption as she became AEW champ. She's the first ever Grand Slam champion for the women's division. Proud of Willow. She quickly became one of the best pro wrestling, women's pro wrestlers in AEW and just in pro wrestling in general. And like I said, I just hope she's not a transitional champ for All In, but we'll see. And then again, Maya World becoming TBS champ. A certain someone out there is probably really fucking salty. See that right up there. If we all remember what Tegan Knox had to say. Well, those 3 minutes got the TBS championship at a big Canadian stage for Maya World. Very proud for her. She's, I think, 22 years old. I think she's the youngest women's champ in AEW history now, just in general. So again, big congrats out to her. And this is what hard work looks like. Hard work pays off, especially in AEW, where the best wrestle, not where people come to whine. And lastly, we got some Buddy Murphy news. They left me in the darkness, convinced I'd never find my way. Redemption was waiting where they stopped looking. This was posted before Redemption. I all but thought he was going to show up at Redemption, and he didn't. So maybe we see him this Wednesday on Dynamite. Let me know down below what you think is going to happen with Buddy. Do we see him on Dynamite? Do we see him show up at All In as well? Let me know in the comments. That's all I had on this video. Again, a little bit shorter as we're finishing unpacking. No DDT segment for this video, but I will get you double the DDTs in the next video. As always, this has been Maverick Studio Script. Thanks for watching.